안녕하세요. 미라클 리딩입니다. 오늘 The Present 27쪽에서 31쪽까지 읽어보도록 하겠습니다. Following the old man's suggestion, the young man accepted a friend's offer to spend some time at his cabin in the mountains. Alone in the woods, the young man found things moved at a slower pace and life looked different. He took long walks and reflected on his life. Why isn't my life like the old man's? He wondered. The young man had learned that while the old man was modest, he had been very successful in the world. He had started at the bottom of a highly respected organization and had risen to the very top. He had helped the community in many ways. The old man had a strong and loving family and many loyal friends who often came to see him. He had a wonderful sense of humor and a wisdom others enjoyed and respected. Most of all, there was a calm about him that the young man had rarely encountered. The young man smiled, and he has the youthful energy of someone half his age. The old man was clearly the happiest and most successful person he had ever met. So, what was the present that gave the old man so many good qualities? As the young man walked for miles around the lake, he reflected on what he knew about the present. It was a gift that you give to yourself. He'd known it best when he was younger. He'd simply forgotten it. However, his mind drifted back to his failures. He remembered exactly where he was when he found out he didn't get the coveted promotion. It was as if it had happened yesterday. He was still angry. The more he thought about it, the more he worried about going back to work. Then he noticed it was growing dark and he hurried back to the cabin. Once inside, he lit a fire to ward off the chill. He noticed something he hadn't seen before. As he stared at the fire, he became aware of the cabin's great fireplace for the first time. It was made of large and small stones. A minimum of mortar held one stone to the next. Someone had very carefully chosen, chiseled, and perfectly placed each stone. Now that he was aware of it, he appreciated and enjoyed what had been right in front of him all along. Whoever had built the fireplace was more than a mason. He was an artist. As the young man marveled at how extraordinarily well built the fireplace was, he thought about how the mason must have felt as he worked. He must have been completely focused on the job before him. It was clear the mason's thoughts had not wandered or strayed very often. The work was that good. It was unlikely that he had been thinking about a past love or that night's dinner. Nor could his thoughts have raced on to what he would do when he was finished, or what he could have been doing that he might have enjoyed more. The young man could tell by looking at the marvelous masonry that he must have concentrated on nothing else but the task at hand. The mason had obviously succeeded. What was it the old man had said? To find the present, think of the times when you were happiest and most successful. The young man recalled talking with the old man about mowing lawns when he was a boy. He remembered how he had focused on cutting the grass and had not let anything else distract him. When you are fully engaged in what you are doing, your mind doesn't wander and you are happy, the old man had said. You are intent only on what is happening at that moment. He realized he had not felt that way for a long time about work or anything else. He spent too much time being upset about the past or worried about the future. The young man gazed at the inside of the cabin. He stared again into the fire. At that moment, he wasn't thinking about the past, and he wasn't anxious about what might happen in the future. He simply appreciated where he was and what he was doing. Then he smiled. He realized he felt good. He was simply enjoying what he was doing. He enjoyed being in the present moment. In a rush, it hit him. Of course! He knew that the present was what it had always been. The present is not the past and it is not the future. The present is the present moment. The present is now. The present is now. Thank you for listening. Bye.